Greetings, I am D, and happy Halloween! And what better to talk about tonight than, well, Halloween?
Specifically, the second movie. While it was released about 3 years after the first one, it takes place during the same night of the first one. So it's a sequel in the truer sense of the word.
And as I mentioned before, the first two movies were originally written as one. They just got split into two. Why Carpenter didn't return to direct a sequel, though, is beyond me.
Okay, maybe not. Anyway, I already addressed the novelization of the first movie, but how do I feel about the sequel?
Let's take a look.
There was a shape in the bushes.
A shape?
As in the shape?
This book doesn't waste any time.
Which is not surprising, since the dead walked in Haddonfield that night. Also witches, vampires, and a 4-foot-tall version of the devil himself. Alright, so I spoke too soon. The old woman produced a small coin purse from her apron. Tomorrow morning, bright and early, you can go down to Stoddart's store and buy yourself something special.
Stoddart. Why is that name familiar?
Oh right, like that woman from Dark Shadows. Wait a minute, Myers' shrink is called Loomis, like that other guy from the same show.
If you're gonna try to link Halloween to Dark Shadows, there are easier and less desperate ways.
To reveal the black outline standing there, broad and still as a statue of a man, his face pale and his eyes burning, for he had not yet found the one he was looking for. First of all, his mask is anything but pale in this movie. Second, hadn't he already found this one by the end of the first? Go on, Lon. I'm going. Chicken. Hey, Lonnie, get your ass away from there.
Oh, I see. So instead of just recapping the last few minutes of the first movie, he instead recaps the last 20 minutes of that movie. Why does he do that? So he has an excuse to let Loomis monologue.
I should have finished the job the first time I saw you. You were still impersonating a child then. I should have torn your heart out and stuffed it down your fucking throat.
Okay, I'll admit I'm personally annoyed with people's constant usage of the word fuck, but my personal opinion aside, does Loomis seem like the type who would even think the word fuck? Didn't think so.
What would it take to wake them to the danger? 2 more hacked up bodies like the ones in 1963?
Don't you mean like the one in 63? Must be a typo.
Loomis had not seen such an expression in years, not since the police photographs of the faces of the 2 victims who were slashed to death 15 years ago, in this very town.
What is he talking about?
Myers killed only 1 person 15 years ago, so who is this other one he keeps bringing up? You mean the Myers house? That little kid who killed his sister?
See? Even the characters have no idea about a second victim.
Maybe he attacked his parents off screen and one of them didn't survive. Anyway, anyone who knows the movie knows what happens. Myers is shot but survives, he kills a random girl while Laurie is brought to the hospital, and Loomis may or may not have killed Myers. Loomis stood transfixed as the tall shape burned black. He didn't make a sound, thought Loomis. He never has. In the movies, yes, but in the first novelization, Myers did speak in his early years.
Continuity must be for losers.
What happened with the lights? They go out about twice a week, remember?
As well as common sense, apparently. Did this guy get anything right?
The Strode girl? That's Michael Myers' sister. She was born 2 years before he was committed, 2 years after their parents died in an automobile accident, and she was adopted by the Strodes.
Well, I suppose he at least elaborated on something that the movie didn't. Wait, if his parents died in an accident, then... Who is the other person that Myers killed 15 years earlier? Alright, that does it.
This writer brought up several mysteries which he doesn't resolve, he doesn't care about continuity, and has even less of an idea on how hospitals work than the people who made the actual movie!
So even though I'd recommend everyone to read more, in this case you're better off seeing the actual movie. This was D, I'm signing off.